Hi, welcome to Carver County Library's virtual Storytime, Monday Fun Day. My name is Jennifer, and I'm glad you're joining me for songs and stories today. We're going to start with our welcome song. If you know this, sing along. Come on in, it's story time, story time, story time. Come on in, it's story time. We're happy that you're here. Sit right down for story time, story time, story time. Sit right down for story time. We'll have a lot of fun. Settle in for story time, story time, story time. Settle in for story time. We're ready to begin. Well, we'll have to begin with our letter of the day. Do you know what our letter is? It sounds like S. Did you say S? You're right. This is our letter S. And can we wiggle our fingers? We're going to trace our letter. Get your fingers all warmed up. All right, we're going to start here. We're going to go round and down and stop. Ready? Let's go to the start line again. Ready? We're going to go round and down and stop. Can you think of anything that starts with our letter S? Did you just hear something when we said start and stop? That has our S sound with S. How about an animal and they make a sound that sounds like S? Did you say snake? You're right. And I think our letter looks like a snake when it's on its side. Can you think of anything else that starts with our letter S? Like summer and sun? Do you like to go swimming? We have stars. And you know what else? Today we're going to have stories. Oh my goodness, are you hearing the S sound everywhere? In our stories and songs that we're sharing. And today we have stories about animals that are different sizes. Some are small and some are big. And we'll listen for those S sounds in our stories today. We're going to start with our first story about a lion and a mouse. What size is a lion? Is a lion small? No. Can you show me how big that lion is? Oh my goodness. What sound does a lion make? Does a lion go, roar? Oh my goodness. That was so loud. Oh. Well, what about a mouse? What size is our mouse? Is our mouse bigger than a lion? No, that'd be really scary if we saw a giant mouse that size. What size is our mouse? Mouse is pretty small. And what sound does the mouse make? What is it? Squeak, squeak. Well, that's pretty quiet. So our lion and our mouse are different. What size did we say the lion was? Was it big? Yeah. And the mouse is small. So they're different. They're opposites. And was that lion pretty quiet when it roared? Let's roar again and see. Roar! Oh, no, the lion is loud. How about that mouse? Squeak, 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 squeak. So the mouse is quiet. So they're opposites with big and small and loud and quiet. And we're going to find out about these two animals and how they're different and how they are the same. Well, one day, a lion was walking through the tall grass and it was so hot. The sun was shining down. The water was dried up from the water hole. There was nothing to drink. There was no water to splash in. There was no shade. And Lion saw a big rock and thought, maybe I can lie down by the rock in the shade and cool off. So the lion walked over by the rock and flopped down in a little tiny bit of shade and fell asleep. Mouse was scurrying across the grass, trying to hide from the birds that were swooping down and wanted to eat Mouse. Mouse saw a giant boulder and went running over to hide and went behind the boulder and poof, ran right into Lion, who woke up. Who's there? boop! And Lion slammed down his paw, and Mouse could not get away. Oh, please, please don't eat me. Oh, please let me go. And Lion said, I'm a little hungry after my nap. You might be a tasty snack. Oh, please, please let me go. If you let me go, I can repay your kindness. Maybe one day I can help you. Ha 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 ha, laughed the Lion. You help me? I am big and fierce and strong. I am the king of the jungle. And you're weak and small. How could you ever help me? Well, I will try. Please, please let me go. You're too small to help me, and you're even too small to eat. Go away. And so Mouse ran away. The next day, Lion was walking through the grass again, and he tripped over something. And all of a sudden, a giant net fell over Lion, and he clawed and he rolled and he scrambled, and the more he twisted and turned, the tighter the net and the ropes wrapped around him. He roared and roared, and all the animals could hear him. Mouse heard him and said, I wonder what's wrong with Lion. I'm going to go see if I can help. And he went and found Lion and said, Lion, what happened? And Lion said, a hunter's net has fallen on me, and I'm all tangled up and can't get out. And Mouse said, I will help you. I'm small and I can scramble over the ropes, and I will use my sharp teeth and I will cut through them. And so Mouse began to chew, 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 until he made a hole big enough for Lion to wiggle out of. And Lion said, thank you, Mouse. You have saved me, and even though you are small, you are very kind, and your sharp teeth worked hard to free me from that net. Thank you for being kind and helping me, even though you're small and I'm big. And that's our story of the lion and the mouse, and how while they were opposites, they could help each other. And we're going to have a song about being kind. And this is, if you're kind and you know it. If you're kind and you know it, clap your hands. If you're kind and you know it, clap your hands. If you're kind and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're kind and you know it, clap your hands. If you're kind and you know it, wave hello, wave hello. If you're kind and you know it, wave hello, wave hello. If you're kind and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're kind and you know it, wave hello. If you're kind and you know it, help a friend. If you're kind and you know it, help a friend. If you're kind and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're kind and you know it, help a friend. Well, you know what? You've been listening to stories and singing songs with me. How about we get some wiggles out? If you want to stand up at home, you can. We'll get ready to do the hokey pokey. Do you have room for your hands? You put your hands in, you put your hands out, you put your hands in, and you shake them all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Do you have your feet ready? You put your feet in, you put your feet out, you put your feet in, and you shake them all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Get ready to put your head in next. Put your head in, you put your head out, you put your head in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. All right, we're going to go from our head all the way down to your feet. Are you ready to put your body in? You put your body in, you put your body out, you put your body in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Good job. All right, can you find a seat back there? We want to share some more stuff with you. The story I told you today was from an Aesop's fable about the lion and the mouse. This is a new book we have at Carver County Libraries called Told and Retold, Around the World with Aesop's Fables by Holly Berry. And you know what? As long as there's been people all around the world for all time, we've shared stories together, like we are today. Well, you could take that lion and the mouse story, and if you have a big stuffed animal and a small stuffed animal, you could tell that story at home and share it. But there are people and cultures and countries around the world that are sharing all these great stories. And you could find this book at the library and find more stories. A lot of our folk and fairy tales are at our 398s, and you could look there or ask a librarian to help you find these books. Also, do you know a story about Little Red Riding Hood? This one is called Von Popo, and it's a version of Little Red Riding Hood from China by Ed Young. And if you ever see these gold stickers on a book, that means it won the Caldecott Award, which is the best pictures and stories in English for that year. So we all love stickers, and if you see a sticker like that, that means it's a great book. There's also one called Little Roja Riding Hood, and that means red, Little Red Riding Hood in Spanish. Do you know a story about the 3 little pigs? Did you know in this version, there is a 4th one? Penny, the engineering tale of the 4th little pig. And we have another one. Seems like they use 3s a lot. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 bears and 3 pigs. And we have some with 3 goats. And we have the 3 Billy Goats Buenos. And we even have one about 3 Triceratops Tuff. Oh my goodness, could you imagine those Triceratops stomping over a bridge? And we even have a new one called The Little Blue Bridge. And this is a new version of the 3 Billy Goats Gruff. Well, I want to share with you a version of the 3 Billy Goats Gruff. And we're going to need you to make some stomping noises at home. Are you ready to do that? All right. Well, we have the 1, 2, 3 Billy Goats Gruff. And do you think they were all the same size? No. Remember that mouse and the lion? And the mouse was small and the lion was big. Well, our 3 Billy Goats Gruff are going to be different sizes too. The first one is the little Billy Goats Gruff. And because she's the littlest, she's going to sound like this, a little quieter. Can you make that sound? And then there's the middle Billy Goats Gruff. A little bit bigger, and he's going to sound a little bit louder when he walks. And then there's the biggest brother. Can you show me big, big, big? Oh, and he's going to be stomping around. Are you ready to do some loud stomping? Yep. Those were our 3 Billy Goats Gruff. And they lived on the side of a hill, and they ate grass, and they played together, and they got bored. Do you ever get bored? Well, they looked across the river, and they said, look at the hills over there. That looks fun. Look at the grass. Yum. We could find the perfect place to eat over there. And the little one says, let's go over. And the medium one said, there's a troll by the bridge. And every time you go by the bridge, he jumps up and says, I'm going to eat you up. And the big Billy Goat Gruff says, we need a plan. So they thought and thought, and they came up with a plan. And the next day, the littlest Billy Goat Gruff started down the hill, here we go, and started walking across the bridge. And that troll said, who's that trip-trapping across my bridge? And the Billy Goat Gruff said, it's me, the littlest Billy Goat Gruff. And the troll jumped up on the bridge and says, I'm gonna eat you up. And the littlest Billy Goat Gruff said, oh, please, don't eat me up. I'm just trying to go the other side to find a good place to eat. I'm too small. You're such a big troll. I'm hardly worth the bother. Oh, well, you are pretty small. Go on through. And the little Billy Goat Gruff went across the bridge to the other side. Well, then came the medium Billy Goat Gruff. Here we go. And they started walking across the bridge. And the troll said, who's that trip-trapping across my bridge? And the medium Billy Goat Gruff said, it's me, the medium-sized Billy Goat Gruff. And the troll jumped up on the bridge and says, I'm gonna eat you up. And the medium Billy Goat Gruff said, oh, please, don't eat me up. I'm joining my sister on the other side to find a good place to eat. I'm too small for you. You look like you need a lot to eat. You should wait for my big brother to come. Very well then, hurry across the other side. And the medium-sized Billy Goat Gruff went across the bridge to the other side. Then came the biggest Billy Goats Gruff. Are we ready to stomp? He came stomping across the bridge, and the troll said, who's that trip-trapping across my bridge? He says, it's me, the biggest Billy Goat Gruff. And the troll leaped up on the bridge and says, I'm gonna eat you up. And the troll saw a big, huge Billy Goat Gruff that was super strong and had so many strong muscles that he could carry a giant picnic basket full of food. And the biggest Billy Goat Gruff said, let me pass. I'm going over with my brothers and sisters because they found the perfect place to eat our picnic. And we've packed more food than we can eat. And we want you to join us and come to the picnic. Troll said, what? You're inviting me to a picnic with you? Yes, and we have lots of food that you can help us eat it all up. And so the troll and the biggest Billy Goat stomped across that bridge, went to the other side, and enjoyed a huge picnic with lots of food. And that's my version of the Three Billy Goats Gruff. So thank you for sharing songs and stories with me. We looked at things that were different sizes, from small to medium to big. We looked at opposites that were small and big, that were quiet and loud. And maybe you can think of some more opposites too, and look at things around your house that are different sizes. Well, we'll have our goodbye song now. We'll say, now it's time to say goodbye, say goodbye, say goodbye. Now it's time to say goodbye. I'll see you all next time. Thanks for joining me.